Coming up on Primetime, the young-led 49ers trying to move ahead of the young Dallas Cowboys. Would youth be served? Would experience stand tall? Would the field stand up? After a 2-week layoff, Jim Kelly tried to be a hero rather than let Dan Marino dart the Dolphins down the field. The Buffalo D decided to pay the bills for a third straight Super Bowl berth. A pair of ducats to Pasadena on Primetime next. Soggy Candlestick Park. Could the Cowboys jump past the Niners as the Niners did past Dallas 11 years ago with the catch? Earlier, Joe Robbie Stadium. Would it be Buffalo or would it be a rare Super Bowl shot for Dan Marino? Hello once again, everybody. I'm Chris Berman, and welcome to ESPN's Championship Day Primetime, the best day in football. Well, it certainly was. Wasn't it? It was an interesting day. Joe Theismann, Tom Jackson with me as we now know who is going to Pasadena, along with us, of course.
Right.
It's good to have some company, isn't it? All right, let's start with the AFC. The first game today, played in sunny Florida between a pair of teams that were 1970, including 5 this 3, made it to the Super Bowl. The 78th wild card team, the Buffalo Bills. Long odds, yes, but maybe their best player wears number 78, Bruce Smith. And also, this little-known fact, the last wild-card team to make it to a Super Bowl won the AFC title game in Miami. Those are the 85 Patriots. Could the Bills follow suit? Well, Joe Robbie Stadium packed to see if the Dolphins would make the big step. Jim Kelly instead of Frank Reich. You know it's Dan Marino for Miami. First possession for the Dolphins. Marino steps up, zips to Tony Martin, but he gets stripped by the football by Nate Odoms, who makes the recovery, the turnovers, and Buffalo is in business at the 25-yard line. Next play, Kelly. No, but it's J.B. Brown, who be a pain for Jim Kelly, stepping in front of Andre Reed for the pick, and he brings it out to the 35-yard line. Joe?
J.B. drawing a beeline on Jim Kelly's eyeballs. When you watch this, he's looking all the way into the backfield. Ball's a little bit underthrown, knew he had it all the way.
Don Shula's offense was not very sharp today. It certainly made the Chargers pay last week. But despite the time, Mark Clayton can't come down with it at the 8-yard line. Looked like he would have had 6 had he held onto the ball. Needs those isotoner gloves. Another missed opportunity later. Tony Martin! No, we can't pull in Marino's bomb. Walt Torres defense. Last 2.5 games, been a different story. Bruce Smith first beat Sims. Sacks Marino. It's a fair. And the veteran Darryl Talley falls on it, Tommy.
You see the quickness here of Bruce Smith. He lines up inside over Keith Sims, gives him the good outside move, gets by him, and applies the heat. Talley with the nice recovery of the fumble.
So Bruce Smith and Darryl Talley involved. You knew who's coming next, number 97. From the outside, Cornelius Bennett steps up, makes the sack of Marino. Second quarter, Phil Lookman, no Hansen, the tip, and the interception.
This is great individual effort by Hansen here. He gets up in the line of sight of Marino, bats the ball in the air, and look at the concentration as he pulls it in for an INT.
The Pro Bowler on special teams, Steve, a Tasker, blocks the punt by Reggie Roby. So again, the Bills, the story of the first half, great field position, Joe.
The block is great, but watch the move he puts on Cox. See the little fake, how he dips the shoulder and then lays out. This man knows exactly what he's doing. Knows he has it blocked, gets up, gives the safe signal.
More problems for the Dolphins. After a field goal, the kickoff, Aaron Craver boots it about 20 yards. A great play by Craver allowed him to recover the football, but still not careful with the ball. Marv Levy's offense well crafted today. Short passes to both Thurman Thomas and Kenneth Davis. The screen from Kelly to Thermal, House Ballard with a big block, 19-yard pickup. If it wasn't to Thermal, it was to KD, Kenneth Davis. The little flare to Davis, good for 13 yards and a first down. 2 plays later, Kelly to Thomas. Jim Richer and company with the block. It's a touchdown. Buffalo leads it 10-3.
A couple of things happened during this screen pass. The first thing we're going to see here is Reed go in motion, take his guy out of the area. Then once you get the screen, you want to form a triangle around the receiver, the ball carrier. That means somebody has to come up from the outside. Brian Cox can't get past the 2 blockers, allows Thurman to get outside. Then you get the great downfield block by Lawson on the goal line to allow him to get in.
At this stage, it's 13-3 for Marv Levy. And Jim Kelly, who says his knee was bothering him, the rollout. Andre Reed, it's a touchdown, but holding on the play. They miss a field goal. Don Shula's squad, lucky to be this close. Shula nervous as Kelly looking for BB, but once or twice, Jim will overthrow and Louis Oliver makes the pick. 13-3, Bills at the half. Could have been 27-3. Second half kickoff. And the Dolphins think they're in business. But ex-Miami Dolphin Mike Williams hits the hole, and Mark Pike strips him of the football. Carwell Gardner from
Louisville
recovers for the Buffalo Bills. Bills try to take advantage. Up the middle, Thurman Thomas, but it's about Marco Polo. Marco Coleman makes the hit, but then loses the ball, and Don Beebe recovers.
This is a good job here of Louis Oliver stripping the ball. Coleman makes the nice pickup for a defensive lineman. Trying to make too much happen, though. Tries to get up and run with the football, fumbles it. Bills recovery should have just stayed on it.
Well, it really cost him, Tommy, because just 3 plays later, Kenneth Davis watched the burst of speed. Zip at the 3-yard line into the end zone. It's 20-3, Buffalo. For Thomas and Davis, wow. $166 for Thermal, $113 for KD. That's almost 300 yards combined. As for Steve Christie, the young man from outside of Toronto, Canada, he didn't hit 1, 2, 3, 4. He hit 5 field goals. Lightning striking again and again and again. Ties a postseason record held by Matt Barr and Chuck Nelson. Marino tries a drive from the shotgun. Buffalo laying back in coverage. Your basic prevent D. There's the big play they were looking for from Tony Martin, 34 yards. Then, Keith Jackson down inside the 12. But then, Marino looks to Bobby Humphrey. Clifford Hicks in his hot licks. Another turnover forced by the Buffalo Bills defense. And he returns it up near midfield. For Dan Marino, 22 of 45, under 50%. Hey, only one team has gone to 3 straight Super Bowls before these Bills. The Dolphins of Shula in 71, 72, 73. It was no question today at Joe Robbie Stadium. The Cards are wild in the AFC. The Bills are moving to the Super Bowl, beating the Dolphins 29-10. Jim Kelly, very careful with the ball except for the one overthrow. And afterwards, after the controversy, was this maybe his best win ever?
This is probably, without a doubt, the sweetest victory I've ever been associated with because, like I said, it's almost like at the beginning of the week I should apologize for everybody for feeling good. And then I said to myself, hey, just do what you're capable of doing. Don't try to do it all yourself. And without a doubt, this is one. It's one sweet victory, and this one is going to go down in my mind forever.
I think the key to today is that we went into this ball game wanting to contain Dan Marino. We wanted to make sure that he didn't have the opportunity to step up in the pocket. Marino is a pure pocket passer. He likes to step up into the pocket to avoid the rush. So I think the fact that we were able to keep him from stepping up, that had a great impact on the game.
I talked about that being the key to the game coming in, that you can't turn the ball over against Buffalo. When we beat them in Buffalo, they turned the ball over to us a lot. You know, that's the reason why we won. And today, the reason why they won is because, you know, we were giving them the ball on our side of the field all day.
There was no rattling at the beginning of the game. This team just made mistakes in the fumbles and things started rolling against you. Football's a game of momentum, peaks and valleys, and what happened was we fell down in the valley and never could get out of it.
Yeah, 5 turnovers, one of the differences today. But also, Buffalo defense held the entire Dolphin team to 276 yards. Thermal and Kenneth Davis alone, 279 yards, when 2 beat 47. That's not good. And so the Buffalo Bills, by the count of 29-10, are moving back to the Super Bowl. They know what's going to face them there, Joe. You know, and Tommy, we talked on game day that maybe, just maybe, Jim Kelly watched Frank Reich win these couple of games. Saw him maybe not go as deep as much, but the short passing game, you said, I don't think so. After the game, maybe he did pick something up.
I think he did, and he pointed it out. He said he was a little bit more patient. He decided that he would allow other people to get involved in it, and that's exactly what he did. Take a look at the pass chart. The 3 times he tried to go over 15 yards and deep, he wound up with 3 incompletions, 2 of them for interceptions. Take a look at the completions under 15 yards. That's a total of 13 for 17, only 15 yards down the field, and you can see 4 for 4 from behind the line of scrimmage. Jim Kelly exhibited great patience today, Tommy.
Yeah, we also talked a lot this morning about the matchup with Bruce Smith and Richmond Webb and how he would have to dominate. Now, the Bills moved Bruce Smith around quite a bit, but he did dominate at the line of scrimmage. You look there at the 7.5 sacks, the 1.5 sacks and the 7 tackles that he got. He was dominant wherever they put him on the field. And then we talked about the 125 yards rushing that we'd have to get from Thurman Thomas and Kenneth Davis. At the moment that they got that, the score was 20-3. So domination by the offensive line of the Bills.
Now also, you take a look at the other fact, 17 passes to running backs today. 17 of them, 10 completions. This one being one of their featured moves all day. Little screen pass. Jimmy goes back in the pocket, just dumps it off to Thermal, as Christopher has anointed him. And he runs down and picks it up. Now, that was a big part of the entire offense all day, was the fact that these two guys could just take those little swing passes, 10 for 17, 116 yards, just to the little guys out of the backfield.
Well, I mean, when are people going to give a little credit also? He was warm today, Thermal was, down in Miami. When are they going to give credit to Marv Levy and this coaching staff? The adjustment Walt Corey's defense made since halftime at Houston. I mean, Marv Levy's team has played with maturity now. Not sure whether these Bills could have gone wild card route, win a title game on the road, come from behind 32 points a couple of years ago. These Bills look different than other Bills. It's been rougher for them this year, but maybe that's what they need. So the Bills are back. And if you look at the 3 AFC title games the last 3 years, boy, this is a game that they own. Today they beat the Dolphins, of course, 29-10, giving up 1 touchdown. Last year, they beat the Denver Broncos 10-7, giving up 1 touchdown. You had to be an idiot to think that the Raiders were going to beat them in 1990. That was 51-3. Obviously, 2 touchdowns in the 3 games, 90-20 in the AFC title game. Now it's the Super Bowl that they want. That's been a different story. Will it be a different story in the NFC when the new kids on the block, the Cowboys, try to flip their way in over the 49ers? We'll go out to the Soggy Bay in just a jiffy. Game all of us who follow football have been waiting for in the NFC, the best against the best. 14-2 San Francisco, 13-3 Dallas. Number 1 offense against number 1 defense. Numbers 1 and 2 scoring offenses in football. 6 Pro Bowlers on each of the Niners and Cowboys offensive units. A classic matchup played on a brand new field in what we call a Toma party. George was working hard on the field. Toma, Toma, Toma. The nitty-gritty dirt men. They did their job. The fielded Soggy Candlestick held up. Could Steve Young do his job? 3rd play of the game. Beats the blitz. They send 2 backers. It's complete to Jerry Rice. And he could go all the way. But it's another Jerry. Jerry Markbright holding San Francisco.
Yeah, the call was made here on Guy McIntyre as he got his arm around Russell Maryland right there. He let it go, but evidently not quick enough.
The Cowboys to punt. Alan Grant tries to field the punt. It's a fumble, and Dallas recovers. Dixon Edwards makes the hit. Darrell Johnston, nice one-handed recovery. Next play, Troy Aikman playing his biggest game in his professional career. Down to Michael Irvin at the 2. The 49ers held on a great goal line stand, 3-0 Dallas. George Seifert knows his club is in for a tough day. Ricky Running Waters, look at the cuts and the slashes that he makes for 16 yards.
Normally he follows Tom Rathman. This time Rathman goes up inside. Waters just cuts it out to the left side, does a little shaker, slides out.
And in the first quarter, Joe, it was the Niners offensive line. Let me look at Steve Young way in the end zone. Niners offensive line doing the job, 7-3 San Francisco. But Jimmy Johnson's number 1 ranked defense gets going. Russell Maryland, what speed they have. Decapitates Steve Young. Then the Niners ball. Ricky Waters, a nice run, but it's a fumble. And Kevin Smith picks it up, and he could go down to the 25-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Waters very upset, and Tom Rathman trying to calm the youngster down. Cowboys make this turnover pay. Why is it every touchdown Emmitt Smith gets, no one ever touches him? 10-7, Joe looking on, the team behind. Niners get the ball at their own 39-yard line. Steve Young to Jerry Rice at the 26-yard gain. Great catch by Rice as he beats Larry Brown, sets up a Cobra field goal, 10-10 at the half. Take a drink. We're expecting a great second half. And what a great second half it was for Emmitt Smith. Look at the way he runs, and look at the play by Harper, Joe.
This is just a fabulous job by Alvin Harper using his athletic ability. Look at it, goes up, takes it away, makes the play. Unbelievable.
Then that sets up Daryl Johnston. The penalty was on the Niners. They don't stop even though there was contact made. Dallas alertly keeps running. They lead at 17-10. Now it's 17-13, Emmitt Smith. The spin move, a gain of 16. Same drive, fourth quarter. Aikman to Smith again. Now again, Tommy. Someone did get a hand on him there. It's a touchdown, 24-13.
Just slightly. He was inside the 5-yard line before he was touched. But the thing to watch here, look at the block by Michael Irvin right there at about the 5 that springs him on into the end zone.
So now the Niners down by 11. Steve Young looking for some magic. Avoids the rush, but a left to the face and a right to the jaw. It's Ken Norton Jr. They're not going to get up, Tom. It's trouble. Later in the drive, 4th and 1 at the 7. Oh, a gamble up by 11 points. Emmitt Smith is stopped. So the Niners down by 11 in the shadow of their own goalpost. To Ricky Waters is the swing pass for 16. Young to Mike Sherrard. Tries to make a play on the inside. Dallas reads it. It's 15 yards. Young escapes the rush to the tight end Brent Jones for 17 yards. Then Young to Jerry Rice. Yes, it's that end zone, the different corner though. 24-20. Would the Niners mount a comeback? 13 postseason TD catches for Jerry Rice, an NFL record. But what the Niners need is the ball. And what guts the slant Aikman to Harper, Joe, in this situation up 4.
Just gives you an idea of the way Jimmy Johnson loves to coach. He's not going to sit back and sit on anything. He sets in the pocket, fires it to Harper.
Then, under 4 minutes, 3rd and goal, the touchdown to Kelvin Martin. They missed the extra point, and it's 30-20 Martin in, Tom.
Yeah, he snuck just close enough to get to the goal line. You break the front of that plane, the front of the goal line.
A hot foot for Jimmy Johnson. A lead foot for Ricky Waters. Joe Montana. Could this be the last we see of him in the Niners? Charles Haley was a Niner. He's going to the Super Bowl. How about them Cowboys? Dallas beat San Francisco 30-20. Just moving on like a steamroller despite the over 300-yard day for Steve Young. Aikman was simply fantastic. He threw for 322 yards. But the big couple of plays by the Dallas D, and afterwards, our own Mark Schwartz talked with Ken Norton Jr.
Thanks, Chris. You know, his dad used to get all the pub, but now there's some for Ken Norton Jr. Big interception and big win for Dallas.
Definitely, yeah. We defensively, we knew we had to come out and make turnovers today. We felt we got a few key turnovers. We felt we hold down the offense. We punch the ball to our offense, and they score. And we coming in on the road, bad turf and all. We control this game. You know, we're the best team in the league right now.
You know, I was kind of nervous on the sideline. I saw him go in the end zone and score a touchdown. And I was like, oh, man, they're going to come back and beat us, man. But then, you know, we came back and made that gutsy call. We got a seam post on him, and I took it for about 75, and it was just history from there.
What a big play and gutsy call. We said that Dallas came on as the game wore on. First half and third downs, just 1 of 5. But in the second half, 5 of 7. The type of plays an experienced team makes, not the youngest team in the National Football League. And as we all have speculated all week, as the catch was the breakthrough game for San Francisco against Dallas 11 years ago, this is the breakthrough game for these Dallas Cowboys. They're going to be around for a long time. And what confidence, guys, they played with.
I thought the great thing about that, Chris, was the fact that they just were not going to sit back and wait on anything. It's not Jimmy Johnson's style to sit back. And you looked at the unsung heroes of this game. The guys you maybe didn't quite expect to come up as big really did. Kelvin Martin, Daryl Johnston, of course, Alvin Harper with that big catch and run at the end. I think everybody laid it on the line. Whether you were a big star or not such a big star, but a rising one, you played a great game today if you were a Cowboy.
Yeah, and a couple of guys, Joe, that they thought would come up big. Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. Troy Aikman with a 300-plus yard day, a couple of TDs, 24-34. Very careful with the football today. Emmitt Smith, we said 100 yards would do it. He got 114. And, Chris, the poise that they showed in the beginning of that game, again, we said they're going to have to take a couple of knockout shots. How will they handle it? They handled it pretty well.
Well, they could have been down 7-0 very early, but the holding penalty. In the first quarter, we thought that the Niners controlled both sides of the line of scrimmage. By the second quarter, it was about a standoff. By the third and fourth quarters, it leaned Dallas's way. Youth, and speed In that order, I think, the Department of Redundancy Department with the youth. And so now, the Dallas Cowboys, a record 6 Super Bowl appearance, their first in 78, and the Buffalo Bills, 3 straight Super Bowl appearances. The Bills have tried the Giants and the Skins in the NFC East. That didn't work. They'll try the Dallas Cowboys this time. The Cowboys installed at about a 7-point favorite. Kickoff a fortnight from this evening at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, site of so many great games. This one shall be intriguing. They're the Dallas Cowboys. There is no question that they have left their mark in San Francisco. And now, Jimmy Johnson has a rare opportunity to join the legendary PB, Paul Brown, as the only coach to win a national championship, as Johnson has done with Miami and PB did with Ohio State, and an NFL title, as Paul Brown did it 3 times in the 50s, courtesy of our man Beano Cook. PB, JJ, could be. Primetime players.
Kelly, no, it's a run. Kenneth Davis for the corner flag. He dives, touchdown. The Bills have scored. The Bills have scored.
It's just unbelievable what's about to happen here.
We're almost at 10 million.
This place is getting wild.
We're just about ready to hit our 10 millionth friends and family member.
Now Friends and Family gets even better. When you join MCI in Friends and Family, you'll get a month of free long distance. With friends around the world, you'll get the lowest priced international calls to 2 numbers virtually anywhere. And you'll save up to 50% on holidays throughout the year. MCI and Friends and Family. There's never been a better time to join.
People that first come to Subway are a little surprised we don't have sandwiches ready, just fresh bread. That's so you can see your sandwich being made and tell me if you like onions, tomatoes, or even hot peppers. I'm not a mind reader, and there's lots to choose from. If your sandwich looks as good as it tastes, that's because Subway has a training center where experts like Mr. Pilchin teaches the art of making beautiful sandwiches. He calls himself an art teacher. I guess that makes me a sandwich artist.
Ask a sandwich artist to make you a 6-inch meatball sub. Now just $1.69 at Subway.
Some championship Primetime plays.
And it sails high, spins end over end, taken down at the goal line, returned to the 5 by Williams, to the 10, the 15, the 20, and he fumbled the ball. It's loose, and the Bills have it.